Greetings to you, friends and brethren around the world. Are you aware that Jesus Christ is on a countdown to return to this earth? I'm sure you are. You know, the Apostle Peter in Acts chapter 3 verse 20 said, "And he shall, God the Father shall send Jesus Christ, which before was preached unto you, whom the heavens must receive until the times of restitution of all things, which God has spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began." We are also encouraged by Paul in Colossians 3 and verse 2, where he states, "Set your affection on things above, not things on the earth, for you are dead and your life is hid with Christ in God. When Christ, who is our life, shall appear, then shall you also appear with him in glory. Put to death, therefore, your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil, concupiscence, covetousness, which is idolatry, for which things the sake of wrath of God comes on the children of disobedience. And my dear brethren, we were all disobedient, but today we have disobedience that was prophesied and has affected the entire church, which was founded in the worldwide church of God. Paul wrote to the Thessalonians, where he tells us in 1 Thessalonians 1 and verse 10, "And to wait for his Son from heaven, whom he raised from the dead, even Jesus, which delivered us from the wrath to come." So I ask, in your present state of being a member of a group of people who split off the worldwide church of God, no matter what the name your group is labeled with or who your leading ministers are, you have all rejected the greatest doctrine by telling Jesus, who gave his life for you, that you are able to save yourself, that you are able to live a life without Jesus Christ, and you are fully capable of saving yourselves from the wrath that is to come. This work, this one of Jesus Christ, has been raised up to proclaim what was written by the prophet Joel. And I stand here before you and I proclaim Joel chapter 2 verse 1. "Blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. Let all the inhabitants of the church tremble. For the day of the Lord comes, for it is near at hand." Zion, my dear brethren, and the holy mountain is representative of the church of God, who should have God's holy government. Verse 2 of Joel, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong there has not ever been alike, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burns. The land is as a garden of Eden before them, but behind them a desolate wilderness. Yes, and nothing shall escape them." That, dear brethren, is the wrath of Satan that God allows to come upon the world for 3.5 years. And it includes the rebellious church of the Laodiceans, which you are a member of. That great power referred to as the King of the North. And he will rise. And we are told about this great power in Daniel chapter 11 and verse 15. "So the King of the North shall come and cast up a mount and take the most fenced cities. And the arms of the south shall not withstand, neither his chosen people, neither shall there be any strength to withstand. But he that comes against him shall do according to his own will, and none shall stand before him. And he shall stand in the glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed." Then in verse 31, we are told the organized work of God will be stopped. "An arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily, and they shall place the abomination that makes desolate. The daily refers to the continual work of God. It doesn't talk about a sacrifice, though there were morning and evening sacrifices daily at the temple during those days. Then those who should be instructors of truth, yes, instructors of truth, who should be setting the example of the gospel of the kingdom of God, and who should be obedient to the government of God, will die. Verse 33, and they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, and by captivity, and by spoil many days. Now when they shall fall, they shall be helped a little bit, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries. Please read down to verse 45. And he shall plant the tabernacle of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. Now we read about this in Luke chapter 21 and verse 20. And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed about with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is near. And let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries or the countries enter not therein. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are of child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the times of Gentiles be fulfilled. This is the beginning of Satan's wrath on Israel, meaning America and Britain, and the church of the Laodiceans. Now turn to Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. At that time shall Michael the archangel stand up, that great prince which stands for the children of your people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as was never since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book of life. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. The wrath of Satan separates the tares from the wheat. Please read Matthew chapter 13, verses 24 to 30. And take warning. And speaking of warning, brethren, I am here to use Joel chapter 2 verses 15 to 17 to cry out to you. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the people, gather the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children and those that suck breast. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Let the priests, the ministers of the Lord, weep between the porch and the altar. Yes, be faithful to the true altar of God, and let them say, spare my people, O Lord, and give not your heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, where is their God? Yes, my dear brethren, where is your God? Is your God in the Living Church of God, the United Church of God, the Church of God, a worldwide association? Is he in the Philadelphia Church of God, the Restored Church of God? Which one of the so-called churches that claim that name is God in? Where is Jesus Christ? And let me tell you, Jesus tells me that you are spiritually self-sufficient in Revelation 3:17, because you say, yes, you, I'm rich and increased with goods and have need of nothing. I don't need you, Jesus. I can do it myself. However, you have been blinded by an unfaithful ministry who tell you you are God's people. But God tells you and your ministers through Ezekiel 3 verse 7, but the house of Israel, or spiritual Israel, will not listen unto thee. for they will not listen unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. You will not listen. And I need to ask you, dear brethren, will you listen? Or will you suffer the great tribulation, which will be the consequences for worshiping under a government of men and not God? So as Joel cried out, and so do I ask you, where is your God? This is Michael Venish for Christ's work. Yes, a work crying out to the bride of Jesus Christ. Please wake up. The bridegroom is coming. Please go to our website for more information about this work, vigilancecog.com.